Not gonna lie to you guys, that top 10 video almost took all this Fox review shit out of me. I had to shoot that bitch twice, I had to edit it twice, and that was like a 16-minute video, and then as soon as I put it onto YouTube, they took it down for copyright infringement. Like, nigga, I don't know laws. But regardless, let's just get caught up on movies real quick.
You see the whip pulling up, it's like skrrr. Dreams pulling up, I'm like skrrr. I'm living my best life. It's my birthday, at least that's what I'm dressed like.
Glass was absolute ass. It started off pretty strong, the middle got boring as all hell, and then the twist with Sarah Paulson in the end was just the stupidest shit. Like, it doesn't even make sense. D+.
Daddy, ooh, Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa. Ooh, Daddy, smile, Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa. She said, ooh.
I just watched Velvet Buzzsaw, that new Jake Gyllenhaal movie on Netflix, and the last hour was pretty great, I won't lie. I do like how this movie is about the dangers of taking someone else's hard work and using it for your own personal gain. I do think that's some good stuff. And there are some really good kills in there. The final kill in the movie, I was like, oh! But there was never really a point in the movie where the main message hit home for me, where there's just like some revelation like, oh, I'm never gonna buy bootleg movies again. So I'll give it a C-, it's not that bad.
Go, 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 go.
Happy Death Day 2 came out, and if you actually think that I was gonna spend my hard-earned money to go see this watered-down sequel to this generic-ass MTV Groundhog Day, you have lost your goddamn mind. I haven't seen it, I can't talk shit about it, but I can say it looks like shit. How the fuck did this movie even get a sequel? And just like that, we're all caught up. I got my tall boy, I got work in an hour, things are back to normal, let's get it. Alright guys, right off the bat, let's just take a good look at our main character, Alita, and can we all just call it fair to just call this film Anime the Movie? Because, what the fuck? Guys, this film is directed by Robert Rodriguez. He did Spy Kids 1, Spy Kids 2, Machete 1, Machete 2, two completely different franchises. Alita Battle Angel is about a girl whose head is found in this junkyard by Christoph Waltz. He's a scientist and he rebuilds her body. And there's plenty of cyborgs in the world that she lives in. But the thing about Alita is that she's special. She comes from this extinct race of battle angels. But when she wakes up, she doesn't remember any of that stuff. She just gets little tiny flashbacks. So she has to find out who she is and kick some ass along the way. One thing I will say is that if you really are intrigued in this movie and you really do want to go see it, spend the money and go see it in 3D because the special effects are absolutely amazing. Normally when I go see 3D movies, the 3D kind of wears off within like the first 20-25 minutes, which is exactly why I never pay to go see 3D movies. The effect wears off in like 15 minutes and then after 2.5 hours I just got a headache. But they really truly took their time with all the special effects in this movie. Like every single shot has an amazing amount of depth, and it is absolutely nuts. And with that being said, it even makes the fighting scenes better than what they actually would be in 2D. But another thing that I will also say is that if you are gonna shell out that $16 to go see it in 3D, you should know the movie's not that good. My main problem with this movie is that I have no connection to Alita at all, but I do to the other surrounding characters around her. For instance, Christoph Waltz, his main reason in building Alita was just so that he can rebuild a daughter that he had lost before. The main villain wants Alita's body parts because she is part of this extinct race, and with that comes technologies he can use to upgrade himself, his goons, whatever. But with Alita, the main character of the movie, we're just on this slow train of predictability, where we know exactly where it's gonna go, but it's just gonna take a long fucking time to get there. The first fight she gets into is dope. Granted, all the fights are dope, but after the first fight, nothing is surprising anymore. There's no new abilities she's just pulling out of thin air, like maybe she could like turn her hand into a gun. She does get body armor and a sword, but it's in the last like 15 minutes of the movie. She literally just fights, which is fine, but I need something to keep me going after that first fight. Don't just keep upgrading the same bad guy. This is another annoying part too. They keep upgrading the same bad guy, so we watch her beat the same nigga's ass like 3 times in this movie. Another thing that made it hard for me to connect to Alita's character is that she has this boyfriend in the movie, and he cannot act worth a shit. Oh my god. They fall in love, which, you know, that's great, but there is no chemistry there at all. For one, because the guy can't act for shit. For two, I think, because she has these big CGI blob-ass eyes, and it's so hard to even focus. I just truly cannot get behind the love story in this movie. It just doesn't work for me, and unfortunately, that's maybe a third of the movie. But now that I've got all the little gripes out of the way, let me just say, no one's going into this movie for Oscar-winning acting or an Oscar-winning screenplay. Like, it doesn't have to be the best movie ever. It's anime the movie. We come to movies like these to see the special effects spectacle that it can be and to see dope-ass fight scenes, and on that front, it surely delivers. So I'll give it a C+. Alright guys, that's it. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the shits, and we back, baby.
I had them flames end up on the ceiling, huh?
Burn out on the roof, make them all say.